Never been an issue for me.
We're the most fashionable people at work. This is the part where the cameras are on, but we're pretending that we don't notice.
No, are they? Are we live now?
I don't know. Are they live then? Okay, so they actually
Okay,
are
so-
live.
We're live?
Yes, we are live.
Yay!
Hi,
everybody.
welcome everybody to Reverse the Verse. It is Friday, January 22nd, 2016. I'm your host, Community Manager Jared Huckabee. With me as always is Director of Community Engagement, Online Strategy, Spaceships, and Self-Proclaimed Master of Disaster, Mr. Ben Lesnick.
Hello, everybody.
To my left, our Editor Extraordinaire, Mr. Justin Chambers.
Hey guys.
And joining us, just recently returned from her self-imposed exile in the United Kingdom, Director of Marketing, Vice President of Marketing, Sandy Gardner.
Good Lord. Hey, everybody.
Hi, Sandy. How you doing?
Good.
Good. And I just noticed we have a giant D in the middle of the table.
That really does stand out.
Why is there a giant D in the?
No, that's
just
the-
right
wow.
there, just right there in the middle of the shot. There's a giant D.
The episode has already been graded.
Well,
I mean, forget that there's a Jar Jar, but there's a giant.
and there's Jar Jar.
What are you going to do with
Jar
that?
Jar.
Anyway?
No.
Oh, eventually
We're gonna
play
give it
the Jar
away.
Jar game. Eventually, we're gonna play the Jar Jar game.
We're gonna play the Jar Jar.
All right,
Oh,
let's
can
get
I
Jar Jar and the D out of the shot.
Yes, let's get Jar Jar and the D out of the shot, please. All right, thanks. For those of you who are just joining us or who have never seen a Reverse the Verse before, Reverse the Verse is the Cloud Imperium Games community team's weekly informal live stream with the fans. We're going to talk a little bit about our week, the things that are going on around us, and then eventually we'll start taking questions from the studio audience. So Ben, you usually start us off. What'd you do this week?
Well, let me go through some Star Citizen news first because that's more exciting than me.
Formula's dead already. Go ahead.
2.1.1 is, we just pushed 2.1.1b to the PTU. This is one of those little test launches where we just make sure everything's stable. And, if the universe does not explode in the next 45 minutes, we will push 2.1.1.2 live. Mm-hmm. So expect to see that in the very, very near future. What else?
So you thought you had all the Star Citizen news.
I have
And
all
nothing.
the Star Citizen. The Vault. We just updated the Vault with some Starfarer images. If you're a subscriber, go Starfarer it up in the Vault.
Starfarer is so cool.
It is so cool. And we are, if you go to our YouTube, we've got a cool new video of Gillian Anderson talking about working on Spider-Man 42.
Wait, who's Gillian Anderson, Ben?
Why, Sandy could tell us that because she actually conducted the interview.
Come on. Are we doing these jokes?
Um,
Scully.
Yes,
Hello.
it is Scully from X-Files, which is not so coincidentally coming back this weekend.
Yes.
So if you're all sci-fi nerds like us, so I'm sure you already know all this, but X-Files this weekend. And in honor of that, we're bringing back our most mysterious alien ship, the Cartu Al Zion Scout, which, if it's not available in the store right now, will be in 45 minutes or so.
Shion Scout.
Shion Scout, whatever.
We still argue internally on how to pronounce it.
We argue about whether you're supposed to capitalize that first A.
No, you're definitely supposed to capitalize the first A.
Yeah.
I asked Haddock. It's X-I apostrophe capital A-N. It's an apostrophe in the middle, right? Not a hyphen.
Apostrophe.
It's apostrophe.
Possibly, yeah.
But Cartu Al has it.
Cartual has the hyphen.
Welcome to
Shion
Made
has.
Grammar.
All right. So now can we go into our week in review?
Oh, well, we've all been terribly sick
Yes.
this week, so we apologize if we're a little bit low energy. We're all hopped up on cold medicine
Except
right
me
now.
and Sandy.
Yeah,
me
yeah.
and Sandy
We're
are
not
sick.
just yet.
Not
Not
yet.
yet, yeah. No, it's been a flu-filled week here at Cloud Imperium. I was off a couple days. So, yeah, this is what you get.
Oh, oh no.
I know, the cough so stupid.
So, get ready to watch Sandy and Justin get sick.
Yeah, what else did we do this week? We what was the Jump Point rerun this week?
Jump Point rerun this week was... Damn
It
it.
was like Tuesday, and that was like 3
Yeah.
days ago. I don't remember. So we were woefully unprepared for this. Had a great 10 for the designers on Monday. Folks
Yes,
folks
that
really
was
like
good.
to see Forrest and Eric Chiron Davis together answering questions. Or 10 for the developers, rather. I'm a big fan of 10 for the developers. It's the brainchild of Mr. Thomas Hennessy, and I'm very proud of him for that. I like that a lot. Mixing and matching folks from different disciplines. I think it really shakes the show up. Good job.
What did you do this week, Justin?
Besides doing a lot of editing as usual and avoiding being sick, no, that's pretty much it. You know, today I felt like, this week went by really fast. I kind of feel like it went like a blur, but we got some good stuff edited. We have a really good segment B, I feel like, for next week.
Yes, we just filmed because of all the summits that are going on this week. That's what's going on this week. We have folks from all over the world coming to meet up and discuss various plans for 2016.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't remember what year it was for a second. We actually got Pete Mackey, John Pritchett, and Calix Renault all in the same place at the same time. So we've got a segment for next week's ATV where we talk about the flight model and what's coming and IFCS modules for customizing your ships, and look forward to that in next week's ATV.
Only one will survive.
Who will it
Tune in to
be?
find out which.
Yes, we put the D behind me now.
Oh my gosh, this is a PG-rated show.
The D really stands out.
Oh boy.
D's getting around.
Oh gosh,
That's
oh my
so wrong.
goodness gracious. And I thought I was.
Did we already point out that is the D from the old Cloud Imperium sign from the old
No,
office?
we did not.
That is the D from the old Cloud Imperium sign from the old office. We found it in the corner with the stuff that was moved here.
Yes. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, okay. People are laughing in chat.
Sandy, what did you do this week?
What did I do this week? I don't know what I did this week. I was so busy this week. Last night I went to the Pride and Prejudice and Zombies premiere,
Oh, how was
which
it?
was kind of fun.
Was it good? The
Yeah,
movie?
it was kind of silly fun.
Oh.
Like I'm such a wimp though. I was like hiding under Chris's shirt. It was terrible.
That's not a great image.
Yeah, no. No, well, his jacket, whatever. Okay, never mind. What else happened this week? What did we do? Oh, the SciTech peripherals, we're almost there, getting them up online. They should go up sometime next week.
I did some work on the
Fingers
collector's box.
crossed. Oh, yeah, Collector's Box. So that is in final sampling stage. What else happened?
You did some interviews.
I did some interviews. Did I?
You were marketing
Oh
something.
yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
Smart.
See, these guys
We're
know
going
what
all
I did. and
silly
I
minutes
don't
this
know.
I feel like the week
No.
went by so fast that I don't even have a good banter for the.
Once again, if you're just joining us, this is the Cloud Imperium Games Community Team's weekly informal.
I know. You
Live
guys,
stream
I
with
feel
the
like I'm the
fans.
one hopped up on cold medicine, but I'm not. I've been getting up every morning at 4 a.m., which is probably why I can't remember anything.
What are you doing at
You're
4
up at 4
a.m.?
every morning. For the last,
yeah.
I have expected my 4 a.m. Sandy email for years now.
Yeah.
It's just a fact of
I know. I
life.
fire them off very early in the morning. But dealing with the UK, because our new customer service manager, he's doing really well.
Oh yes,
Ray.
No, Ray Rucroft.
Ray Rucroft. Okay.
Yes. We'll have an
He's
interview
really good.
with Ray on AGV very soon as well.
Yeah, he's doing really well. Throw him in the deep end, and
Yeah.
he's,
We're letting him get caught up before
yeah.
we put him on
he's
camera. But
swimming along nicely. And what else? Organizing some fun stuff for linear development with the riders, and
And of course, we did a bunch of convention planning for Dragon Con and Gamescom and
oh yeah,
all that.
oh yeah, that too. So I'm organizing all the Gamescom hotels and press booth, show floor booth. We're gonna have a show floor booth that's a little bigger,
Ooh.
so that'll be fun.
We're going to need a bigger booth.
Oh boy.
Wait, I missed that one now.
Yeah,
that one went
that
over
was
my
that
head.
went. That's if you're on cold medicine.
Okay.
it's a Jaws reference.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Don't
What
act
else?
like
Oh,
okay, like you
Dragon
get
Con. I
it. You
just
don't
went
get
around
it.
and
You
talked
don't know
about
why it's a
Dragon
Jaws
Con.
reference.
So we'll be at Dragon Con this year.
Yeah, we're going to try to get some new faces at Dragon Con too, so
Yep,
everybody else can see the very interesting experience that is.
Dragon Con.
Yes.
I know I need to up my game with a better outfit.
Yes, you need a
I
cool
to-
cosplay.
I know I need a cool cosplay. You really gotta yeah.
Yeah.
You would be bringing bags and bags of stuff.
Bags and stuff.
Justin-
I'd have like 10
Justin
suitcases.
Would be bringing, yeah, exactly, 10 suitcases.
I feel bad because Sandy brought her pirate outfit last week, or when we went, and she was,
I chickened out.
yeah, because everybody had these amazing
I
costumes.
mean, it's hardcore. And what else do we use? Citizen Con. We've been looking at the different venues. So, Yeah, it should be a good event session. August, September, October. We've got lined up.
Year's gonna go by fast. It's already the end of January almost.
I know.
And then gosh, this is like everybody watching is going, geez, guys, like liven up.
I know, it's like
nobody died.
Mush. Everybody be excited.
you know what? And Allie's not here. We didn't acknowledge that. You know.
Oh, Alice also has the flu.
Yeah.
She took care of me for 2 days, and then I gave it to her. So.
She got the flu too?
Yeah. It's literally I'm the last man standing in the community team. Until these guys like try and cough on me and hug me and all these kind of things. No, stop it, please. I can't.
I really wouldn't want to hug Lando in the first place.
I'm not a hugging guy.
I feel like you've been changing though. You seem a lot warmer these days.
That's like the first hug I've done in 2016.
Oh well.
You saw it here first.
You saw it here first.
Not a hugger.
I got the first hug.
Nope. Even when John Erskine and Benoit were leaving yesterday, they went and they were hugging Ortwin and everything, and they came in and I'm like, shake hands.
Wait, what? John Erskine and Benoit were hugging everybody?
Yeah, they were hugging. They were leaving yesterday. They were heading out.
No
Yes, they were. They were hugging because they made a whole thing. Oh yeah, ask Ortwin. They were hugging Ortwin, and they came to me, and they went, oh, handshake.
See, I'm a hugger though. I like to hug people.
I would have assumed Benoit would do one of those like French face kisses.
The-
Hug.
I don't see John hugging anybody.
He did. He did. He hugged.
did?
He hugged. He and Ortwin hugged.
Ortwin's probably a hugger. Is Orton a hugger? A hugger? A hugger?
A hugger? I mean,
I
isn't
think
that a weird thing to do?
no. Hugs are
I can
nice.
see Orwin
I
hugging.
know, but like work hugs. I mean, I get family hugs. And
Work
friend
hugs too. I mean, we are family, kind of. You know,
Well, yeah.
we're here all the time together. I don't know. I'm a hugger. I love hugging people. It's warm. Okay.
Let's move on.
All right. So because we're all dead and dying, we're going to move the question and answer section of the show up about 7 minutes. Guys, if you'd like to ask a question of the Cloud Imperium Games community team, and consider that we are the community team, not the design team or the art team, please preface your question with the word question in capital letters surrounded by brackets in either Twitch chat or the RSI chat, and we'll do your best to pick your question out and answer them.
We'll do your best.
Yeah. People are saying they're having trouble hearing Sandy.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, a note has been passed to us.
We're giving a note.
Are you serious?
Make sure to plug. Oh, yes.
If you're going to read it out, why didn't you just tell me?
Because Tom's really professional.
I've just been handed a special breaking bulletin from Alexis Lesnick. Make sure to plug the subscriber RTV with Sean Tracy next week. Yes, next Wednesday at 11 a.m. on this channel, we'll be doing our special subscriber-only edition RTV with special guest Sean Tracy. He's basically got his fingers in just about every aspect of Star Citizen, so especially technical aspects. So,
Ben just wants to see that you read it right.
now, I actually know how to read what's on the paper in front of me. Something that my esteemed colleague, Sandy's great. Sandy's great at reading what I write on the script. But
Because she's a
this guy,
professional actress.
not so much. This guy looks at the first two words on the ATV script and then just goes off onto his own thing.
Yeah, but then I end up being like Anchorman or something,
Mm-hmm.
where I just like read out exactly what he writes, and he sets me up for things.
Yeah, so Sean Tracy next Wednesday, 11 a.m. Pacific, right here on Twitch. Let's see if we had any questions here. Question: why is there a giant D behind you?
That is the D from Cloud D Imperium. In the old
Cloud
office,
D?
we had these
Please
3D
take down the
signs
D.
with the company logo. There was an RSI one, and that is the
Give me the
surrounding D.
You know, I honestly don't remember the D being that big.
Well, it's so far away. We're so high up.
No, that wasn't. No, Jared, that's only you.
Can it be an A or
I
something?
promise it's not only me.
I promise. It's not.
My D set down to the floor. Okay.
Okay, so let's get some questions not about the D.
About the
boy.
D. Everything is about the D.
Tom's
okay?
looking so serious.
Questions
at
are
us
going
from-
by a little
from
too
the-
fast to catch here. Let's see. Any updates on? Oh, I lost it. Where'd it go? Do.
I find that touchpad hard to use. By
It
the way.
is. It's not
Yeah.
the. It's not the.
Oh, this is that laptop I took to Germany that first
Yes.
year.
It's quite the laptop.
Yes.
Yeah.
It weighs about as much as a child.
Info on the Cutlass. We're actually filming a segment for ATV soon. Patrick Salerno, who's currently working on LODs for the Cutlass. So you're going to see some of the continuing work on the Cutlass very soon. Any info on the whole series?
Nope, they're a little bit further in the future. But I can tell you the Caterpillar is getting some good work from Gurmuk right now. Giant Scout is in its final flailings of gray boxing. Saber is really close.
Yes, the LA office is still closed to tours till March. We're still in construction.
But we've come a long way since then.
But it is starting to look really cool. We got a floor in our...
I know,
We
it's
got a
nice.
floor recently.
We have a
in our
floor.
kitchen.
I know, our life is so exciting.
I know. It's coming together though. It's looking nice. It's looking nice.
We have a commissary.
Yeah.
I called Ben yesterday. I'm like, where are you? He's like, I'm in the commissary.
I know we can eat in there now, and we're not breathing in all this other stuff. So it's nice.
Any word on the shuttles from the 24 million stretch goal?
I'll be honest, I have no memory of what that is, but I will
I don't
check.
remember shuttles on the.
We'll pull that up. That's a good question.
I don't remember shuttles on the. Let's look at this here. We have the internet at our fingertips. We'll use it here.
Watch us use the internet to look up shuttles.
What's the $24 million stretch goal? Right now, they're like, oh my gosh, they don't remember their own stretch goals.
I don't remember all the stretch goals.
Shuttle, like what kind of shuttle?
That's what we're finding out here. 24 million. Public transportation system.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's in the game.
Gotcha.
Not
Yeah.
in the game today, but it's coming. So I'll jeer it out. That's the system by which you'll be able to travel from system to system without owning a ship. And you saw a lot of that in the Star. I want to call it the Orion space plane, but it's not. The
Genesis Starliner.
Genesis Starliner is the nucleus of that system.
Yeah. I think we need to have multiple systems before we start building public transportation between them. So we're a ways away from that yet. No price estimates on the Prowler or new Corvette yet.
No, too soon for that.
Oh, the Prowler, yeah.
If I bring my own hard hat, can I visit during construction? It's not a safety concern, but otherwise we'd all be with hard hats. It's just we want you to see the full. We don't want you to see part of the place, and then we finish it, and you're like, oh, well, I came too soon. I didn't get to see all the other cool stuff.
Otherwise, we'd all be with hard hats.
Yeah.
I mean, I just had a vision of you
Yeah.
all in hard
So
hats.
it's delaying the tours until March is more about us wanting to have everything there is to show you, so we don't waste your time, or so you don't feel like you missed out on anything.
The office is in gray boxing right now, and it's going to be hangar ready real soon. But maybe
Yeah.
we can have a segment where we show people some of the progress in ATV. Maybe make that happen.
Maybe.
What?
Is it maybe?
Until you do it.
Do it.
Do it. So
Will it be
come
possible?
Jared was kind of acting like he didn't hear it for a little bit, and then it was like,
Oh no, my ears are plugged. I was like,
I can't hear anything either. I'm just hoping you're all saying words.
will you guys update the Squadron 42 page as more of these behind-the-scenes featurettes come out?
Yes.
yes. Is that not happening? It should be.
There's not a place on this 42 landing page for videos,
Oh, okay.
so it's something that we can add though.
Let me talk
Usually
to
we
Jim.
update the character once we have an image of them, so
Yeah.
have it published.
John Rice Davies or Gillian Anderson.
Yeah, I can't wait for my mohawk.
There's a lot of speculation about what you are
Gonna look
you're
like.
playing.
I just told everybody to make me look good.
I know.
Make me
Who
look good.
picks the MVPs on ATV? We usually go around the room, see who has ideas.
We also ask our fantastic mod team because they've seen the best and the worst of the forums at any given time.
Generally, the final call usually comes to me unless there's something that Ben really likes.
I like the fist bit with it.
And then I just put it in there.
Will there be a PTU patch today? There is a patch on the PTU right now.
PTU patch is available right now, 211B. This is a, I don't know what you call it, a flare patch or something where we just put up to PTU to make sure it doesn't break the world, and we will go to live with it if everything is good. And so far, everything seems good. Should be, by the end of the show, we should be able to go, we should have a go for live. This is mostly a balance patch, about balance and bug fixes. so nothing like a new ship or new game mode or anything, but it's fixing a lot of the issues with 2.1 that have been discovered by our backers, and it's going to make for a better experience.
Do we have a date for CitizenCon this year?
Not yet, because it's going to depend on the venue, right?
Yeah, looking at Sunday, October 9. I think Monday, October 10, although it's the day, it's kind of a weird day.
I
But
think we have. we'll
yeah,
probably better
Saturday or
observe
Sunday,
it.
8 or 9.
Nobody wants to party on a Monday.
We'll know the specific day when we have the specific venue. Can we get a high-level update on how Star Citizen evolves from here? I would recommend checking out the recent two-part interview with Tony Zurovic that we did on ATV just a few weeks ago. That's about as high level as you can get. Also, 10 for the Chairman every Monday is really as high level as you can get.
Yeah, but I think essentially we're just going to continue expanding from the base we built in Crusader. So you'll see more mission types, more gameplay types, more more locations. It's going to be a big moment when you make your first jump to another star system. Crusader's the center of the meatball, and we're just going to keep adding meat. I don't know how you make meatballs, but I assume that's.
Yeah. No, as Ben just said, the Starfarer is not going live today. Today's patch is bug fixes.
But the Starfarer is coming.
That's pretty close.
It's pretty close.
Yeah. Do we know when our next official formal live stream will be?
We do not. No announcements yet. We talked about doing one in January, but we want the big live streams where everybody takes a day off of work to make them happen, and we want them to be something special. So once we have a really cool Star Citizen event, we'll build a cool live stream around it.
Somebody just asked why the 890 jump isn't being worked on right now, as in built.
Just because it's a matter of assigning resources where they're needed. If we have 20 ships to work on, and we have the staff to work on, 3, 4 at a time. It's just not a win right now to do the 890 jump. It's still on the schedule. It'll happen before we're done, but it's an assembly line. You build one at a time, not all the cars at once.
Yeah, and there are other ships that are linked to various game mechanics that I think are probably being prioritized more, like mining and cargo and salvaging and stuff. So
Squadron 42 ships as well.
Exactly.
So
So
Squadron 42 is a huge focus.
yeah, so luxury, maybe not the biggest priority at the moment.
But the good news is that once the artists and the designers who are working on the Squadron 42 ships are done, because that project will be released before the whole of Star Citizen, we'll have all sorts of super experienced, talented people working on the
available
ships
too.
you're waiting for.
Can we buy a Starfarer next month?
No, nothing to announce yet.
I tried, guys. I tried. Any updates on the HOTAS?
Yeah, they should come, we're hoping next week, online. So the HOTAS and the keyboard will come first, and then later on will be the headset and mouse, if you want those. The more expensive, or the more, it is more expensive, but more complicated, grander HOTAS. I think we're making an announcement for that come E3.
Gotcha. The high end.
Yeah, the high end. Yeah, exactly. There you go. Thank you.
Can you move the microphone a little closer to you? There you go. Just somebody having trouble hearing you.
I'm speaking
Yeah,
quietly.
we can't turn that one up because it picks up all of us, so they have to keep that one kind of low.
'Cause you guys are so loud.
Because we're so loud.
Not today, though.
Physical packages in the future again.
Well, I need to ship all of the promised ones, and so sounds like a title to a movie or something. I need to ship all the promised ones first, and then we can kind of go from there. But the silver constellation collector's boxes are going to ship first, probably June or July, hopefully. And then after that, I'll ship the freelancer boxes and the Hornet boxes.
Yes, to clarify Sandy's statements, we're expecting the pre-order for the standard edition HOTAS to go online
Yeah,
next
next
week.
week.
They're not going to ship next week.
No, they won't
This
ship
is
next
for
week.
pre-ordering
Yeah.
and stuff. Just follow-up questions here. And they've discovered your sippy cup.
I know. It is the best way to avoid spillage. I'm just saying. I know it looks kind of weird, but there you go.
She's not wrong.
Yes. Is there a chance the HUD on the Freelancer can get an update? Absolutely.
Yeah.
None of the HUDs are finished. It's kind of a generic HUD spread amongst all the ships right now, but I know Zane and the entire team in the UK are working on bespoke HUDs for all the different manufacturers.
In fact, that's one of the specific reasons we shipped Zane off to the UK is to do more with HUDs.
Yep, he was working on it when I was there in the UK and did a little piece for the BBC on it.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's the side effect of putting the game out while it's still being built. You're going to see a lot of things in temporary, transient states, and HUDs are definitely one of those. They've got some cool stuff. I've seen the mock-up of the Freelancer HUD. It looks very cool.
You're such a tease.
Yeah.
We should get that and show it to people.
I love it. There's nothing like putting you on the spot.
I will ask Zane. He's not always the easiest person to get a hold of. And that particular image isn't checked into Shotgun, so. Because I've looked. Because I've tried to show it before. Ben's like, you should do it. Like, I haven't been trying.
I hate you so much.
Where can we find the BBC show that they filmed?
I'm waiting to hear from our head of PR when that's going to air, and as soon as I find out, I will post that online. We'll post it on our comlink and everywhere.
It's Click, right?
Yeah, it's Click, and then there's also another part of the BBC that are doing, so there's the Click piece, and then there's a bigger piece. So there's more than one piece, basically.
Nice.
But I'll definitely give all the links when I have them.
Well, Click is shown on BBC America, so America.
Yeah, so you'll be able to see it here. And then the other ones, I think we can definitely get links for. So
Also, the internet exists, so
yeah,
Good either
so it's
way.
good spot.
And don't we have aren't we going to get the full interview, the full roundtable that we're also
Yeah,
going to do?
it
That we're going to show?
so they'd give us the full footage, so if they cut anything out, we could use the footage for our own purposes.
Yeah.
I can actually feel myself getting worse sitting in proximity to Ben. It's like
Oh
I
my
felt
gosh,
much
so
better
that's
than
why
I
I'm
was
all
before I sat
acting
down.
weird and sitting
The
here.
distance.
I just don't want to get sick.
I know, me neither. I'm going to have to take
when
some
are
of
we
this.
you
getting?
guys are like healthy, thin people. You have good immune systems.
Yes, we are filled with poisons.
But we took down Hennessy. And
I
he's
know,
like
Hennessy never gets sick too, and so I felt bad
That
for
throat
him.
spray that he's got.
But Hennessy's
That's
filled with
hardcore.
Hennessy's
You
filled
should
with
have
poisons too.
seen him yesterday. He was rough. He was pretty bad. I felt bad.
Like coughing and stuff.
Yeah, just miserable.
Questions about Org 2.0 and stuff. Benoit from Turbulent was here this week, and I got to talk with him quite a bit about it and even see the mock-up for what they're suggesting. I can tell you it's very cool. It will take some time still, but I'm really excited about it.
And I know people are also wondering about the melt thing they were working on using store credit. It sounds like they have a system we're going to try out next week. We're going to give everybody a token to use store credit once. We'll have details on that next week once they launch it, but should have some more answers to your pleas then.
Will the pre-orders for the HOTASes be limited? Or is there any reason people? That's what they're asking. Can they order more than one?
I'm pretty sure you can order more than one. I will double check though, in terms of because they're the box is big and kind of heavy, so I'll find out how that works.
This first run is limited though. It's the signature stuff. Is that right?
Yeah, they're all signed by Chris.
Okay.
So
and
it is a limited first run for you guys.
Right. So it's basically only sold on our site, and then you're right there, Jared. And then later on, SciTech will be selling HOTAS in their stores and their third-party outlets. However, they won't have the Chris's signature or the numbering on the bottom. So it'll be 1 of 2,000, 2 of 2,000, etc.
Gotcha. Are there questions go by too fast? I can't see. Are there any updates regarding the performance of the universe? When can we expect higher GPU usage and overall FPS? 2.11 has a number of fixes, I know, specifically to the CPU issue.
Yeah, some things are bugs, like the CPU issue we saw recently, the frame rate drops people saw with the Constellation, and when AI spawned and stuff. That stuff will get fixed much earlier. General performance enhancements and everything, that happens much later in the process.
Yes.
Are you going to drink that Coke, by the way? Just asking.
Just
I know. It's just like
just
it's
molesting an unopened Coke here.
strange. At least I'm drinking out of my sippy cup.
I know, you guys are making me thirsty.
The
That
great
you
taste
didn't
of
have
Coke.
to drink it, by the way, but I was just kind of asking.
Any plans for a Star Citizen UEE Naval Physical Captain's hat?
Any plan? Hold on,
Oh,
I
I
gotta.
think they're probably talking about my hat. I think what I did is I just bought the patches and then I went and found my own hat and had a nice elderly seamstress put it on. I think that works best. That way you get them.
Elderly
Seamstress.
seamstress.
Yeah,
Really?
she was like this old 70-some-odd-year-old grumpy woman. She's like, "What do you want?" And I'm like, "I want you to put this on
Where
this."
were you to
It's in
find?
a strip mall. The strip mall says embroidery. Like that was the name of the sign, embroidery. I figured they could probably
Okay.
put it on the
Wow.
hat. But you know, if you just buy the patches, you can put them on whatever kind of hat you want. I think that's probably the best solution, rather than us trying to figure out what hat.
You're totally pimping out today. You've got the
I know,
the track jacket.
Here's the whole attire.
They-
T-shirt.
Yes.
They may be talking about the officers' caps, though, in Squadron 42, the like Navy-style ones with the little visor. And
Like the peak kind
insignia.
of, yeah. The one that Forrest has, you know. Potentially.
Potentially.
Yeah. I'll look into it. I need a good sample though.
No updates on the lobby system just yet. We are all very aware of the lobby system. So we do an internal play test here in LA every week now, and we deal with that every single week, trying to get in. We're aware. It's on the list. Any plans for Paris Games Week?
No, I don't think so, do we?
I don't think so. It's going to run close to our. It's the dates is the issue. I think it's the end of October.
Yeah,
We
it's
will
really
be-
close to all the other stuff.
I know
that
we were
have to
very
do.
ambitious last year. We were like, yeah, we're gonna do CitizenCon, and yeah, we're gonna do Paris Games Week, and
Yeah.
We're just so few
Yeah.
people, and it just Gamescom kills you, and you never recover.
Gamescom's
So,
hardcore.
we're doing it a little bit differently this year.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
came in right at Gamescom last year.
Yeah, games. Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember
The
we
week-
just threw you in the deep end.
Like literally
yeah.
the week of.
Here, edit this, this,
Yeah.
this, and this.
I like this. Can we get a link? Can we get links to the web mini games on the website so they're easier to find?
Yeah, we can
Yes,
do that.
I think.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the other com link that has all our mini games.
That's a good idea.
That's a good idea. Thank you, person whose name I can't pronounce. Starts with an R, and then a question
Ryan.
mark. Starts with an R and then a question mark. So I don't know how to pronounce that.
Recruit.
Shion.
Rihali.
So we'll do that. Let's see. I'm going back between, trying to go back and forth between the two different.
I'm so
Twitches.
bummed I don't have X-ray vision because I can't see what's happening.
Well, it would all be backwards anyway.
I've never looked at Lando and thought, man, I wish I had X-ray vision.
What happened to your hair, Lando? I hear a lot of people asking.
Yes, I'm ignoring the question.
No, I wasn't looking at
Good
Lando, by the
job.
way. I was looking at the laptop. But
No, what happened to my hair? I woke up in the middle of the night and I was hot.
What?
Well,
Oh, yeah. I thought that was a very weird conversation. Was that yesterday? And I'm like, what happened to your
It's
hair?
Monday.
Was it Monday? I
Yeah.
don't know. I can't remember the day.
This whole week has been.
Like he just, Lando turns around to me and goes, I don't know how you sleep with like long hair. I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, don't you wake up in the middle of the night and it
Trying to sleep
bothers you?
and it
I'm
was
like,
the hair was
no.
pulling and it just. And they're like, oh, you should put it up in a bun. I'm like, I'm not putting my hair up in a bun.
You should put it up in a
What?
bun. Actually,
told
I'm
you
so
to-
surprised you didn't do that though.
Who told you to put your hair in a bun?
Alexis.
Man buns are like the thing now. Though if I had long hair, I'd probably have a man.
Yeah.
Man buns are a thing.
Yeah.
And you look at me and say, this is a guy who does the thing.
How is it that you don't have
I
hair
don't
but
do the
you
thing.
know
I
that
do look at
man
you and
buns
think
are a
man
thing?
buns, though.
Because I know the trends.
You guys are dropping viewers.
Yep.
Hotcakes, right?
We are hemorrhaging viewers. Couldn't ever see Lando rocking a man bun.
Have you seen
actually-
young pictures of Lando?
Yeah,
you would
actually,
say-
there was one point where I had hair that was down to here.
Any Star Citizen questions out there?
Yeah, do we have Star Citizen questions?
Yeah, they're all the same thing. Herald updates. People keep asking for ship updates.
No update on the Herald.
The Herald's being worked
Yeah.
on.
But the next ones you're likely to see: Saber, Jean Scout, Fuel Potato.
Fuel potato.
Fourth one, Starfarer.
Oh yeah.
I thought there's a fourth one that's
No, there is.
imminent. Now I can't remember what it is.
Reliant.
Oh, Reliance soon. Yeah, yeah. We carpool with Daniel Kaminsky, and he was here late the other night, getting the final materials passed on. So it's coming.
Common question is, if you have the Gemini, will you get the regular Starfarer in the hangar? The loaner system does not apply to the hangar system right now. We are exploring our options for getting you the regular Starfarer.
I think we will be able to do it. It'll probably be some crazy, spit and glue system, but it'll appear that you don't have a Gemini or whatever. But we'll make it work, because the fun thing about the Starfarer is that it's a big ship to explore, and we want everybody to see that.
It's huge.
Yeah. Also, you guys keep asking. Your questions are going by too fast.
Are we really
question.
are we just got 50 viewers now because we've been
No, we got
talking?
like 1,000 viewers.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Because people just complain I put it in slow mode, and the reason I put it in slow mode is so I could read your questions.
Oh, here comes the
There's
no.
another letter.
Oh, we're getting another.
I don't know why
No
this
coming.
doesn't tell us.
Letter
Oh.
from Iwo Jima.
This just in from Dallas. President Kennedy has been shot.
What?
It
says Alexis vehemently denies ever suggesting Leto put his hair in a man bun.
She's sick and high on cold medication too. She did.
Oh wow.
I said I don't know
You
how.
sit
what
next
she
to
do it
her,
for.
I wouldn't
Yes.
be, I wouldn't be broadcasting.
She's gonna come for you.
Yeah. You're in trouble.
Put that over onto us.
When are you guys releasing the Morrow tour? The Morrow tour was shown during CitizenCon, and there's a video cutaway version of it available on our YouTube. We had talked about doing a cleaner version of it, but ultimately those people are all have other things to work on, like Crusader at the time and the game and stuff. So it's just not a huge priority. But you can see the Morrow tour as was presented at CitizenCon on our YouTube page. Oh, bye, Sandy.
Bye.
Will the 890
All right, now let's get the party started.
will the 890 jump be available again at some point? Probably.
Yes, we would like to make it available again, but we don't like to just make ships available because it'll make money. We can certainly look and say, hey, everybody, what's this ship? We want to do it in coordination with, there's some news about this ship, or there's some event. Like our tenuous connection between the X-Files and the Cheyenne Scout for today's sale. No, but the Scout is actually very, very close, and we've got some gray box images up on the site, which will be up just after this presentation.
Yes.
But yes, so we'll do something with the 890 in the future, but we want to be further along. We want to be closer to when it's coming out.
We do try to have rhyme and reason behind the things that we do, whenever possible. So joining us is Matt Sherman. Hello, Matt Sherman.
Hey everybody,
How you doing?
doing good.
So on this week's HEV, Darian Borlick spilled that you are reworking the tech design for the 890 jump. That led to many, many threads.
Yeah, I saw some of those just so people don't overestimate what's actually happening. So when the 890 was first unveiled at CitizenCon 2014, it was all done with the original component spec that had been working for a while, and since then we've changed that. So it's really just updating those spec lines to make sure it's all going to work nice with the new system. It's not super fast tracked or going to be coming out in the next couple weeks, guys. So it's not that high a priority. Just making sure it's all going to work when its time is up.
Because we do have a revision to the entire stats system coming.
Yes.
So that's
Yes.
rolled into that. It's
Yeah.
one of the ships that we have to revise the stats for.
Yeah, I mean, it's the big component overhaul that we first started talking about. I want to say it was like last May. It's just the whole system is that pervasive. It just takes a long time to make sure it's going to be exactly what we need for the long term of the game.
And as always, guys, if you're asking the same question over and over, and I'm not picking, it's because we don't have an answer for it. It's
Or because we hate you personally.
we don't hate you personally. It's sometimes there's just not something that we have an answer for yet. So if you're asking the question and over and over and over and over and over again, it's because I'm not about to sit here and say, "Hey, do we have an answer to this?" No, okay, and then move on. It's just so. No info about the Banu Merchantman. I just said that's the kind of thing I gloss over. It's
Well, I will say
It's
one
waiting
thing
its
about the
turn.
Banu Merchantman is that I sat down with Sandy, Aaron, Chris, and everybody, and we talked about priorities for ships. The ones we want once Squadron 42 is squared away, and Merchantman and Carrick were on the top of that list. So nothing today, nothing tomorrow, but there will be a point in the future where it's a priority.
are Ben's jokes getting better? No.
Yes, they are.
Nope. Don't encourage him.
My jokes are funny and natural now.
They just roll off the tongue.
Nope.
I had a really good time playing Wing Commander 3 last night. This is probably bad news for people expecting a ship stat update for for Star Citizen, but last night I went into Wing Commander 3 to update the ship stats that were wrong in 1994. So took us that long.
Any new stuff for subscribers? We just had our January subscriber flare award. It was the
Armored suit. It's one
armored
of the
suit
coolest
for
ones we've done, I
Puglisi.
think.
Yep, looks very cool. Sitting there and it's floating in its capsule. That's what it's called.
Suit hole.
Suit hole.
We also updated the vault today. Sorry for the delay. We've all been, our brains no work good this week. This is one of those weeks that I'm going to completely forget. It's just going to be a weird mix of dreams and sometimes going to work and horrible pain. Do you guys have the flu over there, or just us? Just us.
Yeah. Now, design and engineering, we get our own set of plagues to deal with. So,
Again, just a blanket answer to all the variant questions, guys. The current philosophy is to build all of the base models first, and then go back and start and take the knowledge that we glean from building all the base models, and then apply that to putting together the variants. So, do not expect to see the variants in Crusader or Arena Commander until you see all the base models completed.
yeah. Because, I mean, there's also a big reason for that because, like you guys got to see over the holiday live stream with the MISC ships, the more base models that we do get built to any single manufacturer, the better reference guides that we have, the better and more efficiently we can get all of this stuff built up. Whereas just trying to cram it all in at once, especially if there aren't that many ships of that size, if there aren't that many ships from that manufacturer, it is absolutely putting the cart before the horse, and we just lose time on that.
Which is one reason why you're seeing so much work on the Aegis ships, because we have this totally finished toolkit. We have all the reference work. It's a lot. It's very easy for the folks doing those ships to pull it together and get things like the Vanguard and the Saber
Yes.
out the door.
They've gotten really good at that whole profile of ships.
Some folks have discovered that the Xi'an Scout is already available in the store.
Yes.
Good work. As far as the CCUs, those will be online when the actual post goes up and stuff. You discovered our little secret surprise for right now, but there will be CCU enabled.
Surprise! You can buy something.
Surprise! You can give us money.
Something before you do tell you why.
But no, CCUs will come online shortly.
But I should stress right now, Jessica is not going into the game today. It's not in the 2.1.1 patch. It's still a concept sale. It is one of the next ships coming in a 2.x patch. But we figured it would be fun to make it available today to go with.
It's because in our disease-addled minds, we went Gillian X-Files, Gillian Anderson to X-Files to Aliens to Xi'an Scout in our disease-addled minds. So,
But the Scout is really, really cool. We've got the specs, or at least a good chunk of all of its core parts locked in now. So even what you guys see on the specs page for it's actually going to be a little bit beefier than that. Like the shielding on it, is really going to be a hallmark thing of the ship where more so than any other ship in its size class. Its shielding can take a punch, but the hull, not so much. But it's going to be a great one.
Folks have noticed. Come in.
Notice the percussive pounding from construction work.
There's still construction going on here at the Cloud Imperium Games LA offices.
Or Sandy went to deal with somebody.
Some folks have asked about the Vanguard, which was recently introduced in 2.1. They've noticed that maybe it's a little squishier than it should be. Obviously, this is the first iteration of it.
Well, 2.1.1 actually makes some balance changes to it.
Yes, it does. But it will continue to be balanced and tinkered with as more ships come
Oh, yeah.
online. We start readjusting so that everything has its place within
Yep.
the new norm.
Well, even with the Vanguard, it was one of the first ships where when it went initially live, it was under the new component system where it had multiple shield generators installed, but that wasn't fully set up and working. So, I mean, already I want to say for 2.1.1 that, it's more of a stopgap fix for right now, but it should be back to where that shield health will end up being now.
Is the Scout still a two-seater?
Yeah.
Is cruise mode working as intended with other flight modes?
Ooh, that would be better for Calyx
Yes.
because I know he did a lot more work on getting those new flight modes set up.
I would suggest tuning into ATV next week for our interview with Calyx about the flight modes. But the answer is it's still a work in progress.
Oh, yeah.
Can we see the health of a ship hull in Arena Commander?
Not as a numeric representation. It's more when you have a ship targeted and you start to see the different regions of the ship discolor off of like either the stock green or stock blue outline of your HUD. That's how that damage is being represented. It's not just a health bar that you see chipping down.
Yeah, I think it's better that way for immersion's sake. It's not like you get into a fighter plane and you're in Top Gun, you're chasing down the MiGs, and you can see how many hit points they have left
Well,
before
this
you.
is specifically what Chris was famous for in the original Wing Commander. I mean, before Wing Commander 1, that was exactly how it worked. You go, the enemies are 5%, 2%, 1%, and then he came up with, you see the damage on the ship, and you have your VDU that shows colors. And it's that's classic Chris Roberts immersion.
John McFly, could we get a bind for each flight mode rather than just a single mode change button?
So that sort of comes back to like a long-standing contention with some of like general control and interface improvements for the game, where a big part of that is sort of sorting out what you would think of as an action map, which is just the big list of what actions does the player, the pilot, someone in whatever specific seat need to take at a time. So something like that is definitely something that we'd explore, but we need to really get that whole list built out before we can start saying, okay, this gets a discrete keybind, this gets a shared keybind, this is like a nested action. So it's still just building those things out. Oh yeah, so yeah, because someone was, a comment I had made, I think a month or so ago in the chat was basically just regarding the time duration insurance is the current working plan is that would be based on your played time and not just real time going by. So 6 months of our time, like so from January to June, that wouldn't be your insurance wiping out. It'd be how many hours are you putting into the game, playing the game, and that's ticking down against you. So you don't get penalized for taking a break.
Sorry, go ahead.
I should just stress again, the insurance doesn't matter. You will be readily able to insure your ship in the game.
Yeah.
It is never a secret way to punish you.
Yeah.
And we're going to make sure it is that way in the finish
It's a
game.
huge money sink. We're using it to keep all of you poor.
Where were you going with that?
I was trying to be you.
Yeah,
I'm just not good
you,
at
you
it.
just failed.
Could we possibly know the next landing zone after Nyx? Again, if you check out the Tony Zurovec interview from ATV a couple weeks ago, he states the next likely landing zone after Nyx is Hurston.
Say Hershey?
Hurston.
Oh, Hurston. Okay.
Yeah. Tony Zurovec lays out an entire roadmap in that interview. It's about 32 minutes long, split between two different ATVs. He states that it's the first one that we've got, ArcCorp, then Nyx, then Hurston, and then possibly Crusader. But it all depends on what gets developed and what comes online. But that's their thinking right now.
The great thing about Tony is that he has this all thought through before he says anything. It's never, oh my God, we have to do that. It's always, this is
how we're
going to
doing it.
work. And he knows exactly how.
Yep.
So, best check yourself before you observe it yourself. We've had a cat in the alley yesterday.
That cat's been in the alley a lot.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that the lost cat though? Is that Simba?
I don't know.
There's signs everywhere that say lost cat Simba. Like
It's sad.
that might have been Simba. There was a
They're
$15,000
both cats.
reward.
Whoa.
Grab one of those posters next time you see it and bring it in here. If it's that cat, we're
That
gonna
was a
get
big
You can
fluffy.
dye it.
That was a
You
big
can
fluffy,
dye the
beautiful
cat.
cat.
Yeah, it is.
It could be a. It could be a Simba. That could be a Simba cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys missed out on like 15 grand then.
Wow.
Biz out of 15
We
grand
didn't know it was
constantly.
worth a 15 grand cat. I would have gone over, kitty. Yeah, that's money.
It's very fluffy.
Will we be seeing? Will we be? Whoa.
Slow down in
No,
English.
my eyes are just all getting. Will we be seeing an update to the Mini PU login UI, in particular, a way to queue into a full server that has your contacts in it?
By and by. We're working on that.
Eventually.
One of our priorities is the grouping stuff. It's coming. No release date yet, but it is coming. I will say I had a email with Chris and Sandy over the weekend where we were like, we were listing out our priorities for what are huge wins we could do near term. That was one of them. Another one was. But the funny thing was, another one was character customization. You know, get some character customization in there, so we're not all the same bald guy. And then, like 2 days later, the guys in Germany had the whole plan for it ready. So,
I love the guys in Germany.
yes, they're impossibly fast.
Do. If you're asking when questions, guys,
Is it just me, or are we giving out more Star Citizen information when we're hopped up on
yep.
Tylenol?
Vanguard is the middle rack a permanent change? The middle rack?
Is this the thing where the people are mad about the wheel being different?
I don't know what the middle rack is.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're referencing.
I do know that the Vanguard currently has its own missile racks
Yes.
that are size 2 and are lovely. They also fit on an Avenger and a 325A, and you can actually load up a 325A with them and have the ability to fire 8 missiles at once, which makes
Yeah.
the 325A pretty devastating right now.
Yeah.
Those probably aren't the final racks. I was talking to John Crew about it, so they'll probably be changed at some point. That's why they're just Aegis quad rack and they don't have like a fancy definitive name to it. But while they're in there, you can have some fun.
This may have been the very specific answer to their question, now that we think about it.
Maybe. Oh, that question's in German. I can't read. I don't know that. Hey, Matt. How hard is it to assign the new component system coming from 7 down to 4 sizes?
Well, actually, in the long run, the old system was going to drastically inflate beyond 7 sizes for internals. So it wasn't actually that bad. I worked a lot with Elwin just in getting the size standard set for these components, so it's something that can scale really nicely across all our sizes of ships, all the way up to something gigantic like an Idris or a Javelin, or even up into like the Bengal and Pegasus.
Why is the Freelancer missile lock so slow?
First flight ready implementation, plenty of stuff is still getting tuned and changed, especially when it comes to things like missile locks, targeting times. A lot of that is just long-term balance.
And also remember that this is the stock version of
Yes.
a freighter version of
Yes.
the Freelancer, and
Yes.
you will be able to customize the components on the ship to improve things like missile lock time. and
Yes.
stuff. So don't look to the stock version of a
Yeah.
ship to be the answer to all of your prayers.
Yeah.
You will be able to customize and kit it out.
Yeah. Every
As
single
necessary.
ship that we've sold so far is going to have plenty of different component and loadout options beyond the stock equipment.
Except the scythe.
What?
Except the scythe. No, I'm just calling
Well,
it
yeah. Okay. But I mean, there's going to be plenty of options where we're not selling you something out of the box that has no room left to upgrade because it's already the best at what it could ever possibly do. So.
I am just glad. What do you?
I was
Yeah.
waiting for you to say except the Cutlass.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no. I'm just glad that our ships come with weapons because, as Toast will remember, back in the day when you went to buy a Galaxy or a Centurion, nothing.
well, stock meant nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
Well, I mean, our
Like
stock
maybe the first
Javelin's
engine,
nothing.
Yeah. Oh no,
Stock
we're
Javelin's
talking about
just-
like privateer. You'd buy like if you saved up just enough money for the Centurion, it would come
Yeah.
with no guns.
Yeah.
So if you didn't have
No
like,
guns,
a few
no
thousand
engine,
credits
no
left
shield.
over, you had the best fighter with no shields and no guns and no nothing.
And you really you spent so much effort saving up those 200,000 credits. You're like, oh, I'm gonna get the fancy ship for the first time. No.
Yeah. So sometimes it's fun just watching people like talk about the spitballed figures on what a ship will cost, or how much time it would take to earn one, and going, I don't know, what kind of kit were you planning on getting with it when you got the hull, right? So.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. By the way, hi for. I got a few notes from people who were concerned about my health or well-being or life or death situation since I haven't been here in a while. So thank you, both of you. I'm okay.
It's been out eating all the Vegemite.
Yeah. Well, it's no small thing to survive eating that much Vegemite.
Say, Toast, I hear your apartment has a working elevator.
That's a lie.
No, it works now.
It does?
Yeah, I took it up
Yeah, they fixed
last
it.
night.
Oh, let's see how up to date I am. I just kind of like learned to live without it.
I learned to live without it in that my apartment is now full of cardboard boxes that need to be thrown away.
Our apartment has character. We'll give it that.
Our apartment is also full of cardboard boxes, but that's just because I'm lazy. Yeah, I'm in the point where I'm getting chills now.
Probably gonna go home early, I think.
Yep. All right, Todd Pappy. Todd Pappy talked about applying components to the environments. Does that mean we can cut power or overheat doors to disable them?
I would actually have to see the exact quote or interview that
Yeah.
Todd mentioned that in, because a lot of those things, like a lot of dev comments will just be taken as a small snippet of a larger explanation, and you need all that context to really make sure it all makes sense.
Basically, we haven't seen the thing Todd Pappy's talking about yet.
Yeah,
So we don't know yet.
It's like whenever I'm talking about, how much I hate everyone who's ever flown a Cutlass, and that's the only part of the interview they take out. But
Yeah. Like we could be talking about all these improvements, and then you'll just be like, "Oh, but I hate the Cutlass," and then the whole thing will just be a Cutlass smear thread.
You can't see. I was about to show you the picture, but you won't be able to see it. My father, my almost 70-year-old father, plays Star Citizen, and he flies a Cutlass, and he sends me screenshots of his Cutlass. Like every week, asking me questions about his Cutlass, and when will this be like this? And he asked me about the Cutlass UI and everything. So trust me, you Cutlass guys have an inside man in my own father.
my dad does not play Star Citizen, but every time I talk to him, he asks me if we put out a new module yet. So I get that at home too. And then whenever my mom sees Star Citizen mentioned in on Yahoo News, she'll call me up and be like, why are people so mean to you? I have no idea.
Actually, I've noticed something interesting since coming here. So I've been here about not quite a year and a half yet. It's really only been a little bit more than a year. And from the outside, it's possible, if not easy, to soak up every last thing that the dev said and then try to fill in all the blanks by yourself. What's amazing is that if you've ever worked on any large software project, you've got one team working on one module, you've got another team working on another module. They talk to each other where they have to interface, but 95% of the time they spend on their own work. So like when I'm here, I've actually found that I have a harder time keeping up with everything that is said than when I was on the outside, because 95% of my time is spent doing my work, which is legal related work and not game design work. So what's funny now is that I can go into chat and there are people who, like literally, if there was a post up, they've read it and dissected it and digested it and have picked it apart, 6 ways from Sunday, maybe about 30 minutes after it's come out. And I will get to read that when I go home, right? So It's interesting being on the other side, and every once in a while you'll have come up with a question or an angle or a weird corner case that no, this particular dev might not have thought about that because he spent most of his time working on stuff that, quite frankly, you wouldn't be interested in watching. You just want to know the end result. But when you split up the amount of mind space that a dev has versus what a backer has, it's a very different perspective.
I live with this.
I think that was a
He's still alive, to his credit.
We haven't talked about the sneak peek this week. The sneak peek this week was, in fact, well, it was labeled, so there's not really too much of a mystery. The Miss Starfarer in its gray box stage, sitting in the newly expanded Revel New York hangar. Now, the screenshots were sent to us by Emra Switzer, as he is still working on the lighting. So for folks who are like, oh, the lighting doesn't look quite right, it's because he's still working on it. As with just about everything you see in Star Citizen, it's a work in progress. That is the gray box phase of the Starfarer. Gray box is the last stage before we call what's hangar ready. It still hasn't gone through its texturing and all that stuff. So people who are commenting on its texturing, commenting on the lighting on the hangar, it's all still work in progress. But that's what that is.
That's why we put the I in WIP. Also an X-Files reference. Sort of.
What?
Well, they're all sick, so it's, you know.
Well, they're sick. I'm demented.
Depressing or reverse the verse of history.
Thanks, Dennis.
It is the most depressing
Why don't you come on this side of the camera and say that, Dennis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi,
You guys
Dennis.
look like you're all like half asleep.
Well, we're all,
They are.
We're all sick.
Everyone's sick.
And I'm just trying to not breathe as much, so I don't.
And I'm sitting behind them getting sick.
That's okay.
You live with us. You should have gotten sick by now. You probably have immune.
Well, you see, that's the thing. It's waiting for the weekend. It's going to show up and utterly ruin my weekend.
Don't.
You guys gotta do.
Mine ruined my weekend last week, and it's still going.
No.
How you doing, Dennis?
Contagion.
I'm doing good.
No,
You guys
we
should
do-
do an offsite version at your guys' place, like Melwood Place, and just kind of.
We actually discussed. Well, we almost did reverse the verse from my apartment one time. I
That
don't
would've been
remember
cool.
why.
Our apartment is very Melrose Placey, though. It's got
It
that
is.
same like courtyard.
And I said everybody lives there.
Oh, I'm still
Not
rocking
that
the
you'd
Windows
see anything
phone.
other than cardboard boxes.
Yep, just Dennis still rock the Windows Phone.
Yeah.
Yep.
Looks like an Amazon fulfillment center.
All
There's
right,
an
guys.
entire team in Redmond whose job is supporting this one man's phone.
Yeah.
It is the most powerful phone in existence.
And that
Tower
wraps up
Systems.
this week's Reverse the Verse for Friday, January 22nd, 2016. Thanks for watching. We apologize for everything. I'm Jared Huckabee. It's Ben Lesnick. It's Justin Chambers. That's Matt Sherman. That's Toast. And that's Dennis Daniels.
And
Daniel, no
be
S.
sure to tune in next Wednesday when we'll all hopefully be recovered. And we will be having a special Reverse the Verse for subscribers with
Sean Tracy.
Sean Tracy, the man himself.
So bring all your technical questions. This is the guy.
If you're interested in picking up a Jean Scout, they're going to be on sale right now. Check out the interview with Jillian Anderson on the site. Go play Star Citizen 211, which should be hitting live server any minute now. Have a good weekend, everybody.
Have a good weekend, guys.
I don't know what this is. This is what I'm doing.
This is finger wagging. You finally graduated to finger wagging.
And then finger guns, man. It's all about the guns. Show them your guns.
Turn it
Come
off,
on, Joe.
Hennessy.
Show them your guns.
Turret.
Turn it off. Turn it off so we can leave.
Please tell me you got
Hennessy.
finger turret.
Finger turret.
Turn it off so we can leave.
Are we still rolling?
Thomas
Yes,
thrives.